现在是我们搬来这个家已经第2个礼拜了。
On the ground, we're sleeping on the ground, eating on the ground, playing on the ground.
然后所有的衣服都还在箱子里面。在这个房间的周遭，所有都是箱子，都是衣服，都是鞋子。
The only clean space is this wall behind us. That's why we're shooting here.
周末到现在搬来这个新家2个礼拜了，他还是每一天都在说他要来看房子。毛毛，你喜欢新家吗？
我要看房子。
因为他不知道搬家的意义，就是在于已经从一个家搬到另外一个新家了。我觉得上礼拜搬家的时候还蛮感伤的，因为他主要是一直在打扫，所以他那时候搬家之前，他去了旧家大概有3、4次。我是到最后一天帮忙打扫了之后还钥匙我才在，我就觉得很难过，因为周末在那边有1年的时间在那边长大，然后周周在那边生了之后，第3天就一直住在那边，我就觉得很感伤。我们第2个礼拜主要要来分享的就是他花了1个礼拜的时间的设计的 concept， 大概想要这个家有的样子。
It wasn't a week because we have kids, so let's say that 6 days and a half was just running around after Stefano and Georgie, and then several hours were spent on that idea. But you let the idea work in your head while your kids are hitting your head with the hammer.
我们连现在录影都是因为他们2个终于睡着了，然后我们俩要穿着睡衣赶快录影，不然真的没有时间。
And if you hear any screams or crying, it's because we locked them out. They're not allowed to come in. So just ignore the screams and
No.
Okay, unfortunately, as you can see, Georgie found the key. How do we get to the concept? We're already sort of east meets west, meets south, but we'll just ignore the African part. Anyway, so that's the first idea. And then we thought, how can we put a spin on that? Because that's also been done about 1 million times. And then we sort of thought, why don't we put in, a particular type of style, something quirky, something fun, which is sort of like our family in any case. Nobody's serious in this family. Something that sort of represents us. And we thought, Wes Anderson, we love his films. All the characters and the sets, color, the clothes. I wouldn't say reminiscent of us, but I would say there's it has our spirit in there. So, East meets West, East meets Wes Anderson, put 1 and 2 together. To get straight to the point is quite difficult. You can pick a zillion different images. As you can see, what we have laid out in front of the camera, these are all the images that we found. And this is not even everything. This is like 1/10 of everything that we came up with. So what's Wes Anderson? What's East meets West? What are we, And we started thinking of all these crazy words, and we came up with a mind map, which do that as well. Whatever you wanted to do, a mind map. You want to redo your house, you want to do anything new, do a mind map. It's like a 1st grade exercise, but seriously, just getting your ideas on the paper is everything. Don't just walk around with ideas floating in your mind. Get it down, pick the ones you think are most close to the idea that you're trying to get, and put them there. Okay, sometimes a certain image might be more than one thing, but we just sort of, how do I do it? I just go for the one that, the first word of all those words that comes to my mind when I see the image, I'll put it under that. Because you have to come up with a mood board which represents everything. Of course, it can't show every little detail, but it's exactly like when you see the finished design of anything, when you see an artwork, when you see a house, your first reaction, you might notice a bit of this or a bit of that. You can't see 7 million things at once. So you narrow it down to kind of the concentrated version of your idea. Because, I'm sorry, you can't put every single image in there, otherwise you're just gonna have a house and an idea that's just too much information. Have you ever watched a 16-hour movie? No! Okay? You haven't.
Indian movie.
No, they're not 16 hours racist. This is just the concept. This is just the start, okay? You don't just pin some images, get to your concentrated images, and bang! You walk into IKEA and you say, Hala! This is what I want. As you can see, there's no type of interior exact thing I'm looking for, furniture, that kind of stuff, and all these mood board images. Because that's the worst thing to do. spaces are so much more than the little details that make them up. It's a feeling in general.
而且很多人都问说，我们是买的这个家吗？不是，我们是租的。我们刚好遇到一个很棒的房东，给我们很大的空间可以布置这个家里。当然，很重要的一点是，我觉得不论房子是租的还是买的，因为你都是住在里面的人，所以我觉得能够有自己喜欢的样。然后这个家的灵魂的话，住起来就会比较舒服。即使只是1-2年的时间，我觉得那都是对小孩的成长，对我们工作的模式、生活的样子都是很重要。而且我们也很希望能够给孩子从每一天生活的小细节带来美感的养成。我觉得那样子对他们以后会有很大的帮助。
The next video, you'll see how I go about the next step. So this is just the start. We barely even started. And try and guess what the rest of the stuff is going to look like after what you saw today.
如果有任何你觉得对这个房子有興趣的問題，或有任何的建議，很歡迎來跟我們一起討論。See you next week.
See you next week. You might see Stefan on the video.
Bye.